Hello, Jorge. Good evening. Welcome to class.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
How's it going? How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Great. Welcome. All right. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah,
Good. Okay. So let's start off with a question. Do you remember when you were a child? Did your parents ever read a fable story for you?
fable, sorry. Let
Yeah,
me see.
fable.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I guess the the rabbit and the turtle.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Very good, very good. So can you tell me a little about it? Do you remember how it goes?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it's a rabbit and a turtle that are going to have a race.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's supposed all the neighbor thought that the rabbit should win the race, right?
Okay.
But because it is the rabbit are faster, but he um, he asleep, I guess.
Oh,
And in the meantime, the turtle uh, get the got to the finish the race, or finish the race, and after that, the rabbit wake up and notice that he lost the race.
oh, right. Very good. So I guess the word you were looking for is the finish line, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly. Okay.
finish
Good.
line.
Very good. So
Also, the attitude of the rabbit, I don't remember the word to say it. It's like confident, but in the word way, right?
take your time. Sure.
In the negative way.
Exactly.
Uh, but yeah,
Maybe you
I
were
don't know if
too proud, would you say? Was it?
yeah, but I guess proud is kind of positive, right? Or
Exactly. It can be, well, if you call someone proud, like, oh no, he's too proud, then it would be negative.
okay,
But if you say that you are proud about someone else or about something, then it would be positive.
okay, so you can use it in both way, negative and
Exactly.
positive.
So
Okay,
if you call someone proud, then you're calling that person this way. Can you see the chat?
yeah, yeah,
Exactly. But like in the negative way, very negative way. Or you could also
okay,
say arrogant. Okay. Very good.
yeah.
That was a wonderful story. You remember it very well. So what's the moral or what's the lesson in that story? What does it intend to make people understand? Welcome, Wendy. Hmm.
Yeah, because you should never see the people alone comparing with you because
Okay,
yeah
very good.
you
Okay,
yeah
great.
you can get some how to
Okay,
the word
take your
yeah
time.
always is going to be somebody that is better than you in something, right?
Exactly. All
And in
right.
this case that even if the turtle was slower
Mhm.
but he was constant. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Very good. Very good. Let me give you a hand.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
don't
In
look down on someone.
the moral of the story. Can you help me read this phrase right here?
You must never look down on someone.
And that's exactly what you say when you do this, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. So like the rabbit was looking at the turtle and that's why he fell asleep. Okay. So
yeah.
great. Very good. Thank you. Let's see. So Wendy, we were talking about fable stories. Do you remember any as a child?
I'm sorry, I was mute.
No
Yeah,
problem.
I was fighting with the microphone. Okay,
It happens sometimes.
a fabled story.
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar with the fable
Okay.
word teacher.
Okay, no problem. Let me show
What
you.
is that?
Let me show
Yeah.
you something that can bring back memories. Let's see. Okay. So we can also call them moral stories.
Moral. Okay.
And we have some stories right here. So you can look at the titles and try to remember if you remember any of these stories.
Yeah, let me see. Boy cried wolf. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the first one, Boy cried wolf.
Oh, and do you remember how the story goes?
Hmm. Yeah, I will try. I
Go
recall that
ahead. Mhm.
I had this story in some of my books when I was child. Yeah, and the thing is that it was a boy, let's say Juanito, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
So Juanito likes likes to play telling um, lies to the
Mhm.
people.
Okay.
So once he was in the garden, we can say,
Okay.
and there could be like some kind of animals, like in the picture we
Hmm.
can see. This is let me remember. The name is um,
Take your time. That's fine. Hmm.
chips, or
Sheep.
yeah, we can
Okay.
say
Exactly.
chicken. Okay, chips.
Sheep or sheep. Exactly. Hmm.
Okay, chips. And then he chips, okay, and he um started to announce that he saw a wolf
Hmm.
in the in the land near where he was playing, and everybody run to see if they can be alert and protect the chips and the boy from the animal, from the wolf
Exactly.
in that
Uh,
case. And when people realized that it was a lie from this boy,
mhm.
every from Juanito, I mean, then everybody took the bad impression that it was a liar boy.
Okay.
And another time when he used to play out of his home,
Uh-huh.
a real wolf appeared.
Okay.
So he cried by he asked, I mean, he asked for help because the wolf was trying to get the chips, and nobody believed him because of the first attempt that it was a lie. So
Exactly.
in that second occasion, the wolf ate all of the chips.
Oh my. You
Yeah,
remember it so well. Hmm.
yeah, because Juanito wasn't believed by his aunt lies in the past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what is the moral of the story? So what happened to Juanito?
Yeah, the lesson learned from Juanito there is that you never uh, tell lies, because you don't know if you are playing with fire, for example, and something that could come true and will affect you.
All right, wonderful. So we're gonna say you must never tell lies. Exactly, very good. So poor Juanito, he was a liar, okay, in the story, right? And lying takes you to a bad situation all the time. All right, so let's see. We're gonna look at this word here. You see this word is countable and uncountable at the same time. So it means that, for example, if I want to talk about only one, Then I can say I have a sheep. See, a sheep. And if I want to talk about 2, 3, 1,000, I can say I have 5 sheep. It's the same word that we're using. And oh, I wrote it twice. Okay, so let's pretend it's not there. Okay, so it's the same word in the singular and in the plural form. See?
Got it. Okay, thank you.
So no letter S. Very good, very good. Thank you for sharing, Tatiana. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
All right, so we were talking about moral stories or fables, and I was asking your 2 classmates if they remembered any of those stories as a child. Do you remember any of them? Maybe of the ones that I have right here on my screen. Do you remember any of these stories?
Trying to remember, but I believe the first one, Boy Cry Wolf,
Exactly.
but it's like kind of, missing part, but I remember something about that.
Good, good, good. So this is the one when we just talked about. So I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help to read one of these moral stories, and then we're gonna discuss them. So which one would you like to read, Tatiana?
Mm, the golden egg.
Very good. So I'm pretty sure we remember this one, but not in detail, maybe, but we have an idea of how it goes. Okay, so Tatiana, here we go.
Once upon a time, a farmer had a goose that laid a golden egg every day. The egg provided enough money for the farmer and his wives to buy their day-to-day needs. The farmer and his wives were happy for a long time, but one day the farmer got an idea and thought, why should I take just one egg a day? Why can't I take all of them at once and make a lot of money? The foolish farmer's wife also agreed and decided to cut the goose's stomach for the eggs. As soon as they killed the bird and opened the goose's stomach to find nothing but guns and blood, the farmer realized his foolish mistake and cried over what he and
Oh, what
I
he
can see
had,
the
let's see.
I can see the
All right, let me share it again. Let's see, maybe this time. How about now? Can you see it?
let me see. I think no.
Okay, I can give you a hand. So it
Okay.
says, and cried over what he had lost. Okay, very good. Thank you, Tatiana. So we're gonna look at some words right here. Okay, so we're gonna say once, repeat with me. Once upon a time,
Once upon a time,
very good. And this is the animal, a
goose,
a goose, a
a
goose.
goose.
Okay, very good. All right, so this one is a verb in the past. It ends in the d sound. So when we add ed, it sounds like, do you remember? So we say provide in the present, and in the past we need to say
Uh, righty.
exactly. So the egg, one more time, the egg,
They providing enough money for the farmer.
very good. And then we're moving on to this part right here. Okay, got an idea and thought. Repeat with me, and thought, thought.
Thought.
Let's see, let me open my camera. Okay, like this. Thought, thought.
Thought.
It's like saying like this. Like this. It sounds like this. Thought, thought.
Thought.
There you go. Okay, very good. And then let's see. We're moving to the next one, which is right. Okay. So, okay. The farmer's wife also agreed, and we have decide in the present and in the past. This is in
Decide.
very good. So we say and one more time.
And decide to cut the goose's stomach.
Exactly. One more
for
time.
the-
And decided. One more time. Decided.
And decided.
Okay. And here we have a linking sound here. So we're gonna say The goose's stomach. The goose's stomach. Let's see, one more time. The
The
goose's
goose's
stomach.
stomach.
Exactly. Very good. All right. And that's it. Let's see. All right. So, what is the moral of the story? The lesson that we need to learn, Tatiana?
Uh, well, probably sometimes you know, when we can have like things that make us happy, right? But
Mhm.
sometimes when we want more and more, and we are like not happy to what we have, and I don't know, try to search for more, but like doing things that probably are not correct, then we found that probably we were fine with what we had, you know.
Exactly. We are not happy with what we already have, and sometimes we want more.
Yeah.
And that can make us look greedy. You see, I'm going to type down that word over here. You see, this is when you have something already, but you want more. You're never satisfied.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to want more, but if it gets to this point, similar to the story, then it turns into a bad situation. Thank you guys for helping me with these stories. This is just an activity to get you talking. Okay, so let's see. Let's get down to business. I know you know this information
Sorry,
already.
teacher,
Tell
from
me.
but
Uh-huh.
just the word, what's the word great?
Oh, sure.
Is that
Greedy. Yeah, let me show it again. Okay, that's the word. Greedy.
okay? Thank you.
This can also refer to someone who wants what doesn't belong to him and he wants to have what somebody else has. It could also be applied to that situation.
Excellent. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're gonna start the class topic with the idiom of the day. Okay, so we have this idiom that says, Jorge, can you help us read it?
Yeah. A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Exactly. Okay, so from any of you, what's your opinion? What's the meaning of this idiom? What does it mean? What makes you think when you look at the picture as well that is exemplifying the idiom to the left?
That you only need to see the picture to get a big message.
Okay, a big message. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. What else could we say? Do we have any other ideas? Do you
For
think
example,
it?
to explain something very complicated, could
Mhm.
be simply you show a picture or something.
Exactly, because it's easier, right? Exactly. So it's easier to describe something through a picture, way much easier than just spending minutes or hours explaining it. Very good. So this is related to the information we are reviewing tonight. Okay, strictly related to it, and you will see why in a few minutes. Now, before I tell you what we are discussing tonight, we are going to work on these sounds because some of the words that we're using in order to discuss the topic have these two sounds in them. Okay, so here we have two combinations. The first one is a W and the second one is a U. Okay, so these two combinations have the same pronunciation and the pronunciation will be aw. Listen, aw, aw. Okay, so words that include these two combinations are going to sound like aw. You see? Use AW mostly in the middle and at the end of a word, and use AU at the beginning and middle of a word. For example, this word right here, we're going to pronounce as paw, paw. You can give it a try with your microphones off if you'd like. So, paw, paw, fawn, you see? Fawn, fawn, draw, draw, you see? Draw. It's like saying, oh, oh. Then the next one, straw, straw, you see? Now the next one, how do we pronounce the last one? Can you tell me?
Hawk.
Exactly. Hawk, right? Hawk. Very
Hawk.
good. Now, we're going to move on to the next list. And the next list we have AU, the AU combination, but it has the same sound. So we're going to say, how do you think we're going to pronounce the first one? Saying, oh, oh. How do we pronounce it?
Faucet.
Faucet, right?
Faucet.
Faucet. Very good. Then the next one is? What's the beginning?
August.
Exactly. August. August. What is the next one?
August. Cos.
Cause, right? And the next one is?
Fall.
Fall. Very good. And the last one is?
Launch.
Launch, right? Like when you present
Launch.
something to the world for the first time, a product maybe. So these sounds are aw, aw. You see? Paw, faucet, fawn, August, draw, cause, straw, haul, hog, launch. Now, time to practice. Let's see. I have a list of sounds here, AU combinations. And our jobs will be to read them in a row. For example, I'm going to read the first one. So we're going to say hawk, paws, crawl, law, loss, claw. What is the sound of the second one, Wendy?
Okay, is launch, hold, home, pose,
One more time.
pose,
Pause. One more time.
pause,
Pause.
pause, pause, and stop.
Very good. Very good. One more time, Wendy. Launch.
Launch,
Mhm.
hold, home, pause, stop.
Very good. Okay, for the next one, Tatiana.
Flow,
One more time. Oh, we need to say oh. So we say
flow, flow,
we're gonna say flaw. Repeat with me.
flow,
Flaw. Okay, and the next one
Flaw.
is
found,
fawn. One more time.
Fawn.
Fawn. Okay, the next one.
John,
Jaw. Repeat with me.
Jaw.
Jaw. Repeat. Jaw.
John,
Very good. And then we're gonna say
because,
one more time. Because. Because.
awful,
Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Now, Jorge, here we go.
Home. Cause. Straw.
Mhm.
Close. Bolt.
Volt. Okay, so claws. One more time. Claws.
Cloth.
Very good. Wendy, here we go.
Lawn,
Mhm.
raw,
Mhm.
John,
Mhm.
pro, Dom,
Great. Very good. Tatiana, help us with the last one. We're gonna say
thought,
one more time. Taught. Taught.
toad,
Taught. Okay. Now the next one, we're gonna pronounce it as thaw. Repeat with me. Thaw.
Okay.
Thaw.
flow.
Mhm. And the next one.
Sorry, my dog is doing some crazy things, but
It always happens.
sweet.
Yeah, the third one. Yeah, this one here.
Okay. I believe it's please. I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
So if these two words sound like aw,
Oh,
We're gonna add the S.
skull.
Uh-huh. One more time.
Skull.
Oh, this is a letter S. Then this is AU, and then at the end, CE. That sounds like. So we're gonna say sauce. Repeat with me. Sauce.
Sauce.
Like tomato.
I believe the second word was not an A, a different word.
It looks like a Q. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. What about the
Okay.
next one?
Okay. Draw.
So we're gonna say draw. Listen.
Draw.
Draw. And the last one?
Low.
So what is the sound of AU or AW? Oh, so plus the letter L, we're going to pronounce it as
Low.
law. You see?
Low.
Law. So we need to think that the pronunciation for us, the spelling would be like like this, you see, in Spanish. So these two combinations, A plus a W and letter A plus a letter U, we're going to pronounce it as all. You see? All. So jaw, because, cause, paw. It sounds like all. Can you guys, the three of you, think of any words that have these combinations, these two combinations, AW and AU? So we can write them down. Can you think of any?
I think you have covered the most common, at least in my daily basis.
Okay.
For example, root cause is a common a common vocabulary, sorry, that we use. Cause, so yeah, it's interesting to learn the pronunciation.
How do you say the name of your company in English?
Aplaudo.
In English?
Aplaudo, like the D is like an R.
Looking for the translation.
Okay. Applause.
All right. Applause. One more time.
Oh, got it.
Applause.
Applause.
Okay. Then this word. Okay. Then how do we pronounce? Tatiana?
No, I was thinking about a word, but I'm not sure. Yeah, kind of, because it's AWS.
Okay. How do you pronounce it? Spell it, sorry. How do you spell it?
W S.
Os. Okay. Very good. Let's see. What about this one? How do you pronounce this one?
Awesome.
Very good. Very good. Can you think of any other? AU? The name of a person?
Aurit.
Oh,
We have the
okay. Very good. So how do we pronounce it? If it sounds
based on
all
based on our new understanding is audit.
audit, right? Very
Audit.
good. Exactly. The name of someone. Do you know someone that his name starts with AU?
Australia, for example, the country, Australia.
Okay. Very good. Australia. And this place that is called Texas, what's the first name?
Austin.
Very good. You see? Oh, Austin. You see?
Austin.
Very good. All right. Very good. All right. So it takes time to get used to applying the correct sound to some words that maybe we have been pronouncing a different way. So don't worry if you don't feel so comfortable pronouncing the sound yet. It's totally normal. But what's going to take us to pronouncing it correctly all the time is practice. So now remember, if we have a word that has these two combinations, AW or AU, into them, then we're going to pronounce them as all. All. Let's see. We're gonna do more practice about this in our next sessions. Okay. So we're going to be talking about the word audience today. Listen, audience, audience, a lot. So let's get down to business. Let's see. So tonight we are going to talk a little about how to what? Can you help us, Jorge? It says
How to engage your audience.
exactly how to engage your audience. What's the meaning of engage? Can you guys help me define the meaning?
Like as you can see in the picture, it's like the people paying attention and participating actively.
Exactly, exactly. Uh-huh. Anything else? I guess we can work with that definition. Definitely. So this is related to getting people involved in what we're doing, keeping them engaged or hooked, related to what we are talking about, applying this to giving presentations, which is the last unit of our module. Okay, so we're going to watch a video, all right? So right now we're gonna watch a video, but this time I'm not going to play it because my intention is for you to answer some questions. I'm going to send you the questions. We're gonna check them all together, okay? So I'm going to send you the video because my audio is too low and I want you to listen to it very well, okay? So I'm gonna send you the link right after we check the questions right here. Okay, so Wendy, help me with the first question. What's the first question?
In 2003, how long was the attention span?
Okay, very good. What about number 2, Jorge?
What happened to it in 2015? That's so what? Thanks so what?
Thanks to what? Exactly, very good. Okay, very good. What about, so number 2 is related to the first one. I'm going back to the first one in a few seconds. Tatiana, help me read number 3, question number 3.
What's the optimum time you can hold a human's attention during a presentation?
Very good. So a human's attention is missing an apostrophe. Okay, but that's the question. Very good. Let's go back to the next one. Okay, Jorge, what's the next one?
Attention is split into 3 sections. What are they?
Very good. And what's the next question? Wendy?
How can, yeah, how can the audience feel like they are collaborating?
The next one, Tatiana?
How long does the brain take to attach meaning to an image?
Very good. And the last one, but let's eliminate this one. Okay, so your question will start from this part over here, Jorge. Let's see.
What tricks can we use to keep the audience engaged?
Very good. Okay, so this is what you're helping me with. I'm about to send you the video, and the video lasts around 4 minutes. So let's take 5. Okay. So the screenshot is in your chats right now. Let me see. Okay. All right. So these are the questions, and the link is right here. 1 second. This is the one. Okay, so, okay, I'm sharing the link on WhatsApp and also over here. Okay, so I'm going to mute your microphones for 5 minutes. Take your time. You can go pause in the video if you think you heard the right answer. And once you're ready, we're going to discuss the answers. Are we okay with the instructions?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so here we go. how are you guys doing? Are you ready?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Are you ready to get the discussion started?
Yes, I think.
Okay. All right. So we're going to, if you are not, if you were not able to answer all the questions, then we're gonna help each other to get the right answer. So the first one is, in 2003, how long was the attention span? The whole amount or extent that attention lasts. So what's the answer? Let's see.
Like 12 seconds.
There you go. Okay, and this takes us to the next question, which is, what happened to the attention span in 2015?
Yeah, it dropped to 8 seconds.
To 8, right? And it dropped thanks to what? What modified it?
Because of the social media.
Social media, right? There you go. Okay, so very good. We're moving on to the next question. And the next question says, okay, let me continue. I guess I'm having issues sharing my screen. 1 second. Okay, so let's see. What about
What's the optimum time you can hold a human's attention during a presentation?
thank you. Okay, I was having trouble sharing my screen.
No worries.
Okay, so what's the answer to this one?
It
18.
was 18 to 20 minutes.
All right, very good. So this is the period of time we are fine talking to someone, and this person's attention should be good for this lapse of time. All right. Attention is split into 3 sections. What are they? So the first one is, we're not gonna get deep into them, but we can mention them roughly.
Sustained,
Okay. Uh-huh.
the
Select.
selective.
Selective.
Go ahead,
sustained,
Etienne.
Uh-huh. And
Alternating.
oh, sorry, one more time.
Alternating.
Okay, very good. And we call the last one ultimating. Very good. So how can the audience feel like they are collaborating?
Asking question or talking with them.
Okay, very good. Very good. So how does this make them feel? Do you remember? Talking to audience, asking them questions. How does this make them feel? Or what's your opinion about it?
Well, I guess more engaged with the presentation and think they are collaborating with the subject.
Exactly. So they can relate with you, or maybe they can just start thinking about what possible answers they could give if they were ever asked questions during your presentation. So this is keeping them alert. Okay.
Alert.
And
Alert. Mhm.
so how long does the brain take to attach meaning to an image? When you show them an image, how long does it take to give a meaning to it?
A part of seconds. Yes.
Exactly a quarter of a second. Very good. So it takes almost no time. It's real quick, almost immediately. And then, what tricks can we use to keep the audience engaged?
Um, it it was saying that keep visual, keep it quick, and tell a story.
All right, very good, very good. Okay, so this is allowing us to move on to elaborating a little bit more on some of those tricks that we can use in order to keep people interested, paying attention to what we're saying. Okay,
Mhm.
so we can ask more questions. All right, you can ask rhetorical questions that are questions that do not require an answer from the audience, or you can also ask your audience to respond a question. It is okay. So you decide on what type of questions you want to ask. Now, your audience can, in the answers, they don't necessarily have to speak and give you verbal answers. Oh my God, those dogs went crazy. Okay, so they can, your audience can also raise their hands, shout out something, or say something quick. For example, you can ask a question saying, how many times do you go to the supermarket, for example? And your audience can just say 2, 3. Okay, so they don't have to
Mhm.
give you a long answer.
Mhm.
Or rhetorical questions. Okay, we have some examples here. Can you guys help me read these rhetorical questions? Wendy, we can start with you.
Everyone loves chocolate, don't they?
We have another one, Wendy.
Have you noticed how much time we spend on social media?
Okay, so the intention of these questions is not for people to answer, but to start thinking. So they will apply this question to themselves and they will start thinking about their very own individual answers. We have some more. Tatiana, can you help us?
Sure. Have you noticed how much time we spend on social media?
What about the
How,
next
how
Mhm.
often do you treat yourself every time you succeed at doing something? Every time you are down?
Exactly. So treat yourself means how often do you give yourself a prize and award for doing something? Do you do it for something, doing something good, or for doing something bad, or whenever you feel down? You see, so this doesn't necessarily require an answer. Now we have another rhetorical question, Jorge. Can you help us read it?
Who wouldn't want to be a billionaire?
Okay. So we know that the answer to this question is like everyone wants to be a millionaire. Who wouldn't want to? Jorge, can you help us read the next one?
Wouldn't you be happier if you could eat anything you want, anytime you want?
Okay. One more time. Wouldn't you be happier?
Wouldn't you be happier if you could eat everything you wanted and
Mhm.
time you wanted?
Very good. So you see, so we're like setting the scenario, the imaginary scenario for people to start um, unleashing their imagination, depending on what we want to do or how we want our presentation to go. Now we can ask them to do something physical. Okay, maybe not much during an online presentation, but we could find a way to do it. Maybe we can ask the audience to go grab something. Like for example, you can say, grab your phone and look at what time it is right now. Oh, okay. So and then I can do it. It's something very easy. Um, or you can say stretch your hands or raise your hands, stand up, sit down. We can do something like that depending on what the topic is. Now, what instructions can we tell our audience in order to do something physical? Let's see, Tatiana, can you help us read?
I would like you I would like you to take an object out of your pocket.
Very good. What's the next one? Let's see. Wendy?
I'd like everyone to cross their arms, or to close your eyes, or to flip through a book that you might be looking at.
Okay, so these are very simple instructions that people can follow. Okay, and we could even apply this during an online presentation. So
I was having that question, teacher, that for example, it's valid that we can apply these kind of tips even if you are in a virtual meeting, right?
and you can do it if you know that people are willing to help you. You see,
Yeah.
or like if you can actually have everyone's cameras on, and well, like let's say that you want, for example, this one, I'd like everyone to cross their arms, but it's just for them to be challenged. For example, you can't every time you tell someone to cross their arms, they will do it like this, right? Okay, but you can say do it the opposite way. Okay, and then you will notice it's more difficult to do it the way you're not used to doing it. It's just to set the scenario. So this one, I would say it's not indispensable, and you can do it if you know that your audience will cooperate with you and everybody's cameras will be on. You
I
can
think that maybe in the groups that like you need to include an icebreaker activity.
Mhm.
It's something that you can suggest this activity at the start point, and then will help you to have a good energy during the code, right?
Like a little exercise. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Very good. Very good. Now, okay, so you can have people do something that is not complicated so that they can cooperate with you. All right. Let's see. Now, we can also think of giving them something to react to. Okay, and here comes our quotations and our pictures. Okay, so when you give people or your audience a quotation that most likely they will know who said it or that is very meaningful, this is going to give them the chance to react to it. How can they react to it? You can ask them a question. You can say, hey, what do you understand by this? You see, because you want to get people thinking. Now, this can give you a chance for them to respond or just for them to start thinking without giving you a response itself. This is just for setting the scenario. Okay, so they can start using their imagination on why you are bringing this to your presentation. And like we saw in the beginning of our class, showing them a picture will give people the chance to start thinking about different options, because every mind is a different world, and showing them a picture will explain things easier than explaining information to people. And like you saw it in the video, people will understand your message faster if you show them a picture rather than explaining things for minutes or writing the information itself. And now, okay, so the last one, telling a story like we learned in previous classes. You can start with an anecdote. You can say something, you can mention something you were discussing with a group of friends the other day. You can start, when I was assigned this homework assignment, or when I learned that we had to get ready to make a presentation, I started thinking about the different options. So you can start telling your very own story, or you can use examples from other people, things you saw on the news, things you heard on the radio. It depends on what your topic is. But telling stories is a very effective way for people to pay attention to you, because there is a big chance for them to feel like linked or related to what you're mentioning. Maybe that is something that happened to them, or maybe they have been in your shoes before. So this is information we can keep in our minds when giving presentations in general. Do you have any comments or questions?
No, teacher. Thank you for the explanation.
All right. Okay. I just have a question before I let you go. Have you thought about your topics for the last evaluation yet? Or are you still
Mm.
thinking about them?
No, teacher. I was wondering if it's something that we need to send you before our presentations.
You haven't received instructions for the final one, right?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. I will do it right away. Okay, before we leave. Have you heard there's gonna be a national holiday on Friday, this coming Friday?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if we actually get the day off, depending on what Aplaudo says, then we would have to move the dates. Okay. We would have to move them to the 11th and 12th. Okay. You see, because I just sent you the instructions for the last evaluation. The last evaluation is you're gonna come here to the final two classes, and I'm going to give you 10 minutes
Mhm.
to explain a topic of your choice. You see, so whatever you feel comfortable with, it can be about your job or anything you like or you're interested in. So I'm gonna give you 10 minutes in order to explain the topic. So you're gonna have to actually give a presentation, and I have detailed instructions right here. You can take a look at them and ask me questions if you have any. But basically the presentations are going to take place on the 10th and 11th, or on the 11th and 12th, de-
Mhm.
depending on Friday's suspension, because we had a suspension last Friday, right?
Yeah.
So we have to recover or to make up for those two classes that were that the one that we didn't have and the one that probably we're not going to have. Are we okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So
So
is this our last week, right? I mean,
yes,
was it-
yeah. Basically, this is the last
the
one.
time flies very quick.
Yeah, it does. I know, but it's a good thing for you, because if we actually finish on the 11th and 12th, then you will have a week and more in order to get your presentation done in case you need more time. You see, I thought you had received this one previously, but I guess you just.
Yes, we had, but it's in, I believe, they send us in the morning. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I was looking for it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh yeah, and you received the previous one, the speaking, the
Mm-hmm.
other audio.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
very good. Okay, good. All right. So let me know if you have any questions or if you need a little help. I'm glad to help. All right. I will see you tomorrow, and I thank you very much for coming to class. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.